Hello, ciao, come sta? Welcome to the September 2025 Colour and Chat. This is a monthly colour and chat that I like to do, in case you weren't following on my little YouTube channel here. And well, you can see the book that we are going to be using today, because there is a nice flowery hydrangea page that I want to do. It is springtime here in Australia, so I thought that, you know, the hydrangeas page would be a nice kind of springtime flowery theme for September. So I have my cup of coffee ready, because I don't know how long this video will be, because we are going to do some serious pencil work. So this is a book we are colouring in, and then here I've decided to, I've decided to get all my Black Widow pencils out. Yes, I have all the sets of Black Widows, unless they've released more, but the last set I got was the, what's it called? I honestly can't remember, sorry. They've got a few sets. Was it Dragon or something? Or I don't know. But anyway, these pencils are just beautiful pencils. So we are going to really use them today. So that is the art supply that I'm going to use. But first, before we get into the colouring, and I'll leave a time thing in the description bar below, just in case you don't want to see this. I want to show you some coloured pages that I did and some new art supplies. But I'm just going to have a sip of coffee first. Oh, that's the good stuff. Right. The first completed colour page I did is in this cozy corner cocoa wire. This I filmed on TikTok. This was a lot of fun. I love the like kind of yellows and oranges and browns. Like, these are some of my favorite colors. So this was, yeah, a quick little TikTok that I filmed, and it was just using my Ohuhu alcohol markers and the Posca white pen. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. It's always just so fun and a good time using my Ohuhu markers. This one I filmed on YouTube, I think. Was it on YouTube or was this on TikTok? I can't remember. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, sorry, I just checked on my TikTok. This one I did film on TikTok, because I really loved using, you know how I used all the yellows and the browns, kind of that monochromatic one color thing happening. Well, this I filmed on TikTok because I wanted to continue that moment, and this page was inspired by the Pink Panther, because I was watching the cartoon on YouTube, and you know, in the Pink Panther cartoon, you have the Pink Panther, obviously, but then all the buildings and stuff were pink and just bright colors. So that's the inspiration behind this page, was I kind of wanted to stick with that one color thing, or kind of one color. There's probably 2-3 colors, because I use red, but I love red and pink together, and so it's not entirely monochromatic, but you get the idea of what I was trying to achieve. And I had so much fun on TikTok filming this one as well. Again, it was alcohol markers and Posca pen, and I love the one color page, so I might continue that series on TikTok. Maybe. I'm not making any promises. But it's like challenging and fun at the same time to use one color, because you don't want to double in places with one color. And yeah, I am having a good time with this, so I may or may not continue it, but we'll see. And the last coloured page that I did is in this book here. This is like a Huggy Delight, and it's got all candy, cupcakes, fairy floss. And this one, I just wanted to get my pastel alcohol markers out and just have a sit down and not film anything, not talk to anyone, not color behind in front of the camera. And this was a good time as well. So I used the pastel Ohuhu markers and my acrylic pens. A good time. There is a bit of a theme here with all these cute and cozy colouring books, but like I said, I will never get sick of this trend. I'm loving these books. Now you can see here I made a purchase of 2 books. It's this book. These books give you an idea of, you know, things for your background, and so I bought these off Shein because I'm finding, like, when I colour, there's a lot of blank space, and sometimes I just want to fill it with some patterns and stuff. So this is why I bought this, just to give me ideas. But you know, you've got ideas on how to color water and leaves, and so this is all using alcohol markers and gel pens. You know, tiles, like there's just so many cool ideas. Stone, oh, that looks so cool. Wow. And then there's another book here. I do have one more. But yeah, you can see they just give you so many ideas. And it tells you it's a pretty easy process to follow there. You've got some things. I think you do have some colouring pages as well, so if you want to practice. Yeah, so that is my little, I don't know, book haul and my coloured pages. And I just want to show you guys something because this is so cool. It's just charging at the moment. I finally bought an electric sharpener. This was off Amazon. It was a little pricey. It was about $50 on sale. It was on sale at the time, so I'm like, I love the astronaut and the shape of the sharpener. So this, I finally did it and purchased a really good pencil sharpener. I'll leave the name of it below, like the Amazon link below. I'm not getting any money from this. Don't panic. I bought this with my own funds, and I'm loving this one, and it's so easy to use. You've got 3 settings, and hopefully we'll use it today, so I'll show you how that's going. And the page we are going to do, I have not coloured in a Clara book forever, so I'm quite excited. I have coloured in this book before actually, and I know it's, yeah, this is the page I've coloured. How sweet is that? I can't remember what pencils these are, but I just sat down one day and this was such a good time. But the page I have chosen is this one. So like I said, this is the hydrangea page, and it's springtime, so I wanted to bring in the springtime vibes, and hydrangeas are just beautiful flowers, so we're going to make it all pretty. And you've got a nice scroll there, paper scroll to colour in, so that's what we are going to do. Just with the Black Widow pencils, I actually went and had a look at all the sets that I have, and I wrote them down because it was actually really annoying me that I couldn't remember the names of them. So I've got the dragon, I've got the monarch, which is your larger set of 48 pencils, I think, and the cobra, the redback, and the scorpion is 24 set of pencils. But you know, I will say, with their 24 sets of pencils, you do get good colour selection. So in the redback, you get good colour selection. In the cobra, which is the other 24 pack, you get different colours, but still a really good colour selection. And yeah, the scorpion, yeah, I remember seeing the selection of colours and they were all really good. So even if you bought one of those, I think you'll still be okay. I'm just, you know, if I really like something, like a set of pencils or a brand of pencils or a brand of colouring books or whatever, I tend to want to explore a bit more. So that's why I save my nursing pennies. This was going back years and years ago, and I purchased all the pencil sets. And to be honest, if Black Widow do come out with new pencil sets, I don't know if they have. I have not done any research on it. I probably will buy it, I'll be honest, because the Black Widow pencils are beautiful and smooth and have worked really well on most colouring books and paper. I also have the skin set as well, so that's a 12 pencil set, and that is also really good. But yeah, I thought I had to write that down because I'll forget, and I'll put it in there actually so I remember what they are. We are going to start with the leaves. So the two colours I have decided on is, so this is from the Dragon set, this is Grass Blade, and then the Monarch set, Leaf Green. So I've got a lighter green and a dark green, and we're going to do some shading bits. So all I'm going to do is just get the base colour down. I think I'll be here for a while because pencil work does take that extra bit of time. But the thing is though, in these books you can actually use alcohol markers if you wanted to, because she's left the page on the other side, like with, sorry, that's not a very good view. She's left the page on the other side, oh, the cat. She's left the page on the other side with minor work, so you can either colour that in and write things down, or you could just go over it with alcohol marker, so you've got that option there. Now I don't know if that's a little whole bit there, but we'll, I don't know what's going on there. I know it's messy, but the way I work is I kind of get the base color down, and then I get the darker shade, which is the leaf green, and then do some shading work just in the, on the edge there. And Black Widow pencils blend beautifully. I don't know how far I want to bring the shade up, but I think that'll do, and I'll just shade this line here as well, and then kind of go over these bits, the veins of the leaves. Yeah, just like that. So there's a lot of back and forth. Well, the way I do it is a lot of back and forth, because I'm just doing the first coat of everything. Okay, so that's that bit there, and then I'm going to go back in with, what's this one, Grass Blade, and just go over it again. It just blends the darker colour, and it just makes the colour pop with a second layer as well. Okay. Just go over it again. No, Beatrice. If I really wanted to be more detailed, I could get a darker green. Actually, that's what I might do, because I really want the veins to pop. Sorry, the cat was just all over my space here, and she's still there, but look, there she is. Anyway, I have chosen a darker green. It is from the redback spider set, and it is called Fang Green. Now it does need a sharpen, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this sharpener so you guys can see how it sharpens. It is noisy, so I do apologize, but I want you guys to get the full experience of the sharpener. So you just put it in. And voila, the point is on point. I love this sharpener. I've never had an electric sharpener before, so I'm very excited to be using this. I'm just gonna go over these bits here and blend, blend, blend. Sorry, that was not in frame. Okay. I just wanted to darken the middle of the leaf there. Let me just sharpen this one as well, actually. Look at that. So I'm going to do this leaf with you guys, and then I'm going to cut and do all the leaves. So again, we just get this base layer down. I'm trying to be nice to Beatrice though, because the last week, oh my goodness, my stomach was in knots. I had to take her to the vet. She had to have 4 teeth removed because she's got really bad gum disease, and oh, the poor thing. So the vet said, yep, just to save her gums and her mouth, because it got into the roots and everything, she needs those 4 teeth removed. And I don't know, my stomach was in knots because she had to go under anesthetic. And animals and anesthetic, I'm always so nervous about, because there's a risk. You know, I know there's a risk with humans as well, but I'm just a bit more anxious about my babies going under. But you know, the vet is really good. Like, I take her to that vet all the time, so you know, like, it's one of those things. She's in safe hands, but you just don't know. So much unknown. Anyway, so my stomach was in knots that day. I was like literally waiting by the phone to hear updates. And anyway, so obviously she made it out okay, and they removed all the teeth, so now she's got dissolvable stitches in her teeth. And the poor thing, her mouth must have been so sore. It's just awful. Any medical procedure my animals have to go through, I'm always, oh, it was an awful day. Like, it was to help Beatrice, I know, but it was just an awful day. But here's the other bit. So my beautiful mum helped me out. She's like, oh, I'll drive you to the vet to pick up Beatrice. So they rang me to say that she was ready to come home. So they rang me, yep, on our way to pick her up. And because we live near the showgrounds, so yeah, the show was on. And the traffic was just awful, and people were just maniacs on the road. And of course, we get into a car accident. Not Mum's fault at all, but the guy behind us slammed into us. So there was a car in front of us. Mum was stopped, and then the guy behind us wasn't paying attention. Mum was waiting to turn right. The car was here. This was Mum. And yeah, the car behind us, you know, he said he wasn't paying attention. So she was sandwiched in between the two cars. She hit the car in front of her, but the car in front had minimal damage. Mum's poor car got most of the damage. So all sorts of emotions happening. We were pissed off, we were scared, we were in shock. And of course it had to happen on the way to pick up my cat as well. So I was already a bit anxious about everything, and I'm like, the timing was just, yeah, the timing was a bit shit, but everyone's okay. No one got hurt, so that's the main thing. But my poor mum, I just, you know, I do feel bad because she was helping me out, and of course this had to happen. Of course it did. Of course it had to happen on the day that I was already feeling on edge. But I'm just glad me and Mum were okay, because it obviously could have been worse. The guy wasn't going too fast because the traffic was, you know, banked up, waiting to turn right. But, oh my goodness, it's been a week, I tell you what. Okay, sorry, I'm just going back and forth now. That's how I'm going to do the leaves. I'm going to go and do all the leaves now, and I'll be back. We are done with all the leaves. Now I'm going to do these ones here. There's not too many of them, but that is going to be Dragon Sabre. And that's from the Dragon pencil range. Yeah, sorry about my little rant before. My goodness me, about my cat. Oh, the things we do for our fur babies. And that's the other thing. It did cost a pretty penny as well. Yikes. You know, any vet work is going to be expensive. Oh, and of course pet insurance doesn't cover it. Nope, the pet insurance I have, and I don't know if any pet insurance will cover dental issues, which is just absolutely ridiculous, because, you know, that's the whole thing with animals. Majority of their problems is dental work or dental issues. I'm not saying all cats and dogs need it, but I'm honestly thinking about cancelling my pet insurance, because what's the point? I'm still umming and ahhing. I haven't cancelled it, but I'm about 80% sure I do want to cancel it. Because it covers nothing really. And then if you want, I think if you want dental covered, you have to pay extra, and I'm like, I'm sick of all these loopholes and paying extra with things. So that's one thing I really have to consider. Okay, well that was a nice and quick section. Now I'm going to find a green for the rest of the leaves. Now the next lot of leaves, which are these ones, they look like kind of eucalyptus leaves. We are going in with Cobra, okay, and that's like a greeny browny color. And then the next one from the spider set is called Tarantula. And it's always awkward to color things on the edge here, but we'll go in here. So again, I've got a lighter shade and a darker shade. Just get in like that. Let's do that and then go over it again. Blending, blending, blending is key with pencils. I say that every time. But now I've got a great sharpener. It's so much easier. Okay, let's go over here where we can see it a bit better. No, I want Cobra. A bit of stuff there. The next lot are these swirly, I don't know what they are, but we are going to go in with, what's this one? Dragon Light Rust, and shade it with Dragon Sundown. So I hope that's okay. I don't know what it is. These past few weeks, my anxiety, guys, has been really bad. Like, I'm sorry to, I don't know, talk about this or put this on you guys. But, you know, it's part of my life experience at the moment. Oh, my goodness. Like, yeah, I've just been, yeah, my anxiety has just been playing up really bad. And I'm normally like a calm person, but I mean, I know what the triggers are, but it doesn't help that, you know, I've just been feeling run down. And I know this sounds so gross, but a few weeks ago I got shingles as well, and that's a sign that your body is, like, your immune system is definitely run down. Oh boy, so it's been rough. These past few weeks have been really rough, and it's and people and situations have definitely tested my patience. And I know that sounds so gross, because shingles is a gross thing, and doesn't matter what age you are, you can get it. If you've had chicken pox, shingles lies dormant in you until it's ready to kind of sprout again. It's the most random virus, but luckily I saw the little blister on my back. It was right in the middle of my back as well. Luckily I saw it, and I went straight to the doctor and got the antiviral treatment. So, you know, it was an easy treatment, but I caught it early, because it's, you know, you don't want it spreading too far, because it gets quite painful. Yeah. So I'm glad that I rushed to the doctor's the next day, and I said, what's this unusual spot? Because any lumps, sorry, let me start again. Any random lumps or bumps or spontaneous redness, whatever, I go straight to the doctor. I don't muck around with it. I go straight to the doctor, because, I don't know, I'm a bit paranoid about those things. But yeah, so I got in nice and early, but it was, that little spot was quite painful. That's what shingles does. It does attack the nerve cells, and it can get quite painful. And if you've ever had shingles, far out, I am so sorry. I mean, look, I am a nurse, so I do see patients with shingles all the time, and that's making me question whether I did get it from the hospital. Who knows? You know, I could have got it from the hospital because I was in contact with shingles patients, or, you know, I could have got it outside of work as well. You don't know what viruses are out there. It's, yeah, who knows? But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. And yeah, my immune system, I think my body's just freaking out at the moment. It's okay now, but over the past few weeks, oh my goodness, yeah, it's been a lot. But we are on the mend now, hopefully. Hopefully, we'll see. Okay, those bits are all done. Now next, I definitely want to tackle the hydrangea itself. But I'm umming and ahhing about what colour. Because in my mind, hydrangeas are that beautiful pastel blue, pale blue colour. That's what I want to do. But then I'm like, it's springtime and I want this page to be vibrant. But we can do other elements that are vibrant. I don't know. I'm going to think about it for a bit and see what I'm feeling. I won't sit here and linger with my decision making. Okay, we've decided purple. And we have, from Cobra, we've got tulip and grape. And then from Spider, we've got amethyst. They are our 3 purples. So I'm going to show you a few of the flowers and then I'll go off and do all the bits because I really don't want this video to be too long. Like I've said in my other videos, I like it to be kept an hour or under. So now I'm just starting off with the lighter purple, and that is tulip. Because I kind of wanted a pastel-y hydrangea, and it was a toss-up between blue, which is what I originally had planned, or purple. And then we are going to go in with the second shading color, and that is amethyst, and just shade the inner bits of the flower here. This is how I like to do it. Everyone does it differently. And then in the middle, for the little bud bit, is grape, and that is the darker shade. And then it's just a matter of going back and forth between the 2 colors. So then I go in with my lighter shade. Okay, and that's that, and then I'll go in with the other one. Let's pick that one. Then amethyst. And grape. And then with the second coat, I kind of just blend the bits in the middle there. So that's how I'm going to do every single petal of the hydrangea. So I will check in with you guys once that's all finished. Wowee, that took a little while, but I'm glad I went with the purple. My next move is going to be the paper scroll, and I've got 4 colors here. I've got Oyster from Monarch, I've got Monarch Fawn, Huntsman from the Spider, and Leather from the Skin set. I don't know if I'll use all 4 colors, but that's what we're gonna do this. But the main color of the scroll is going to be Oyster. So we will start off again just doing the light color first. I don't know if you can see that because it's very light on camera, but I can see it. Getting the base color down, and I'll go over it again when I have to blend all the edges. Okay, there is the base color done. And now I'm going to get the medium shade, which will be Leather, or medium-ish. And we are just going to kind of go in the edges here and just do the shading. So the bits that I want shaded here and here. It's all going to be along the edges because, you know, you want that old scroll effect. Okay, that and that. And these edges here. I have no idea how this will turn out. I'm kind of just winging it and hope for the best here. You know, it's really funny, even though it was a few seconds later for the hydrangeas, that took a good, well, it took me a while. I didn't actually time myself, but maybe a good like 45 minutes or maybe over 45 minutes to finish that. But for you guys, it's like it's a ding, 1 second, and then ever so lightly, actually I might sharpen this. Yeah, ever so lightly, I'm going to go in with the third dark shade, and that is, what is that? The Huntsman. You're just going to go along the edges here. So really bring out everything. Go along the edges. Like I'm pressing firm, but not too firm. If that even makes sense. I'll shade this area here. And there. That one, and then go along these edges. You kind of want the edges to stick out a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to go along and finish the scroll with how I showed you guys, and I'll come back. Scroll is complete, and it's a few hours later as well. I have 2 dragon pencils, Ruby Rose and Crimson Stone, and that is for the berries here. I know they look like blueberries, but I just want a pop of pink on the page. Now, I'm really sorry about this band-aid. I know it's a bit crusty, but I was chopping some chicken up and my thumb got in the way of the knife a little bit. Nothing major, but enough. Oh, Beatrice. Enough to, well, yeah, it needed band-aids. Sorry about that. My cat. Oh. Oh, no, that's I want the lighter one. It's actually taking me a little while to do this page because there's so many little elements. And I like to finish pages in one sitting because I actually have stuff to do tomorrow, and I don't like my coloured pages to be unfinished. Like, I'm trying really hard not to have unfinished coloured pages. I mean, look, if I have to come back tomorrow, I can, but the schedule might be a little bit tight. But we'll see. I mean, look, it does take that extra bit of time with colour pencil, but it is totally worth it. The mushrooms, I have picked Black Widow. So in the spider, it's lemonade yellow. In the spider again, it's ladybug. This is a beautiful red. I've always liked that red. In the dragon, it's dungeon for the stems, and I've just got a bit of black, which is in the spider, and it's called Black Widow. Now these mushrooms are so teeny tiny, so I've really sharpened my pencils. All I'm going to do, I'm going to go over the white dots because I'm going to get my Posca pen later and do those white dots. But I'm just going to highlight the edge and then do that in the red. I don't know, I just like doing my mushrooms this way. I'm obsessed with red mushrooms, and I know there's other colour mushrooms out there. But I couldn't help myself because I love the ladybug red in the Black Widows. Okay, so we're just going to do it like that. And then underneath is the dungeon, I think it was. Or for the stem, I'm going to do that. And do that lightly there. And then just shade it just a bit with the black. I don't know if you can see that because that is the teeniest, tiniest space there. I'll do this one. The stem, and then underneath the mushroom. You don't want to press too hard when you use black shading because it is a lot. It's best to go light to dark, obviously, then because you can't really go lighter with black. Blend those out a bit better. So I am so happy right now because guess what has happened? It has started to rain, and we all love colouring and getting cozy on rainy days. I'm a very happy girl right now. Okay, so I'm going to finish all the mushrooms and then I'll come back. It's actually really fun colouring mushrooms. I love it. So they're all done. For butterfly, I want more pink on the page. So I have Dragon Shiraz and Cobra Fancy Pink. You're shading these bits. Oh, that is a nice Shiraz colour actually. I do like that. I do like a Shiraz. But my favourite is Pinot Noir. This winter I drank a lot of Pinot Noir just because it just goes down so smoothly. That's my favourite red. Well, for this year anyway. Just outline these bits. very pink butterfly. There we go. And I'll go, when I'm finished, I'll get the Posca white pen. Now, I feel like we need a bit of blue on the page. So I have these 3 blues here and 1 black. And the blue's going to be for the pixie fairy outfit. I think it's a pixie, I don't know. Alright, we are doing black pants. What a cute little pixie. This feather is going to be navy blue and white with a hot pink stem. So I'm going to try and do my best to make it all feathery, but we'll see how this turns out. This is a really beautiful navy blue. So this is from the Monarch. Sorry, my big fat hand is in the way. And just flicking it, or just going over. You probably won't be able to see any white on here. And I can barely see it myself, but that's cool. We know it's there. We know it's a white feather. And oh, just back and forth. Let's do the stem now. Okay, for the ribbon, it is mustard and lemonade, so same yellow as I used for the mushrooms. This felt like a yellow ribbon. Now, to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to do a background color. I'm not too certain yet, because this page is quite busy. And I am running out of time a little bit, so but you know, even if I was to do a background, I wouldn't know what to do. So we haven't got much more to go. We've only got the ink bottle and these little bits and pieces. Well, I know they're the ink dripping, so I haven't figured out what colour ink I'm going to do. Yeah, so this is how we're looking so far. We're almost finished. I've just got a few, like I said, bits and pieces, and then the white pen, and then we're done. The ink is going to be amethyst, so we've used that before from the spider, and space, which is a darker purple, and that's from Cobra. So then we have to find all of the ink drops. Emerald and Aquarius for the ink bottle. Very teeny tiny spaces. And it's going to be coal for the little stones here. I think it's time for the Posca pens now. Let me just sort my colours out. I just want to show you guys something quickly. I forgot to show you at the beginning of the video, but I finally caved and I bought this is the pastel set of the Posca pens. I don't know if I'm going to use it on here, but I'm so excited, and I'll show you the swatches. Let me just get my diary, because I did swatch them in my diary here. Like, how cool are those colors? They are so much fun, so pastel-y, and I didn't like how I set up this swatch page. Like, I should have just organized them better, but never mind. So there is 8. You get the white Posca pen, but I thought I didn't swatch it because I use that white pen all the time. That's why I bought it, because I do love the white pen. So I thought, oh, maybe the pastels would be... The pastels might let me branch out a bit more. But I'm definitely going to use the white pen. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the mushrooms and just do, sorry, the focus, oh no, and just do the white, or fill in the white dots on the mushrooms here. Sorry, the focus gets so bad when it has to do little detail. Yeah, the focus, it doesn't like the focus. Or maybe I might do yellow there. Yeah, I might do yellow, seeing as we're yellow. I might test the yellow Posca. Probably won't be able to see any of that. I just like how opaque the Posca pens are. For an acrylic marker, they're really good. Okay, all the white bits are done. I've just added a few, oh no they're not, sorry. I've missed these ones. So I've added a few dots to the berries. I added a few white lines to make the pot shine, and to the butterfly. So I'm officially going to call this page complete. Like I said, I may come back and add a background, but for now I'm just going to leave it because I have been on this page for way too long now. And I know it'll probably look nicer with, you know, just a background color, but I will deal with that another day. I'm going to call this page finished, and thank you guys for joining me in the September color and chat. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much, and happy springtime. Well, happy springtime in Australia, and happy autumn time in all the other parts of the world. I am so jealous because autumn is my favorite season, autumn and winter. But this was a great way to bring in springtime. I will see you guys real soon. Ciao, ciao.